Alrighty, welcome to another Lord of the Rings draft here on Channel LSV. We've got a solid opening pack, and I've been liking this format so far. The Grixis colors are quite a bit better than white and green. That has been my experience, but you know what? Those are colors I like to play, so no big deal. So Press the Enemies are rare, not a good card. It's the Venser ability, but instead of a 2/2, you get to cast a spell out of your hand for free. It's not that good. Golem's Bite is excellent. 1 mana -2/2 is good, and then at instant speed, and then of course you get to get a free tempt out of the deal. Foray of Orcs is pretty good. It's at base 4 mana 2/2 deal 2 to any creature, and it can be better than that if you've already amassed some armies. It's also Nasty End, a card which I have been pretty happy with. Really easy to tempt something and then sack a legendary creature to draw 3. Lorien Revealed is good, but not a first pickable card. You'd hope not to first pick it. Same with Improvised Club. I think Foray of Orcs is a little bit better, but it's close. Well, regardless of what I first picked, I would probably get a second pick Nazgul here. 4 mana for a 2/3 Death Touch, because this always immediately gets +1/+1 counter, is very good. Or sorry, 3 mana. I didn't mean 4. 3 mana for a 2/3 Death Touch with a tempting, plus every time you get tempted, you get another counter. It's very strong. Sorin's Ransom is also quite good. It's like a 3 mana draw 2 plus getting tempted, but sometimes you get slightly better than the top 2, depending on what's going on. There's Glorious Gale, Uruk-hai Berserker as well. Surrounded by Orcs, have had fun times with that one, but Nazgul is excellent. Okay, here's a Mahur Uruk-hai Captain. Basically gets 2 mana 2/2 Menace that gives all your amasses +1. While also, if you just get counters on an Orc or Goblin some other way, then it even gets an additional +1/+1 counter. So, good sign. Also pick 3. Works nicely with Foray of Orcs, so pretty happy with that. Had I taken Golem's Bite, I would still take Nazgul, pick 2. And pick 3, I still might just take Mahur, but this worked out a lot better, I think. Plus, there's a Mordor Trebuchet and an Easterling Vanguard in the pack. So, seems like things are open. Oh, wow. 4th pick, Grond. I really like this card. It's a 4 mana 5/5 trample vehicle with crew 3, which by itself, that wouldn't be great. But if you have an army, it's a creature on your turn without having to crew it. And that's actually, in a lot of ways, better than if it was always a 5/5, because they can't hit it with sorcery speed removal. And if you do want to block with this, you do have the option to crew it if you have some creatures in play. Past 2, Prince Imrahil's the Fair, so blue-white is also open, but this is a really good amass start. Oh, and a 5th pick, Claim the Precious? Okay, we're doing it. Also an Oliphant. I like that one, but I'm definitely taking Claim the Precious. That's not particularly close. Look at this. I've got a card that pays you for amassing, a card that pays you for amassing, a card that also pays you for amassing, and then a card that pays you for getting tempted, and a great removal spell that tempts you. So 5 cards in, I have 5 first pick quality cards that work well together. Yeah, that's your goal in draft. You can't do better than that 5 packs in. I mean, I guess I could have opened one of the top 5 cards in the set or something, but I like where I'm at. The classic question. I actually feel like this debate's going to happen a lot. Do you want Nasty End to sack a creature to draw 2, maybe 3, or do you want to sack a creature or an artifact to deal 4 to any target? I don't actually know which one's better, like, in a vacuum. Obviously, you have information when you're taking them. Like, one of the pieces of information I have that's pretty important is I have basically 2 ways to get tempted, so 2 ways to make my worst creature legendary if I want to sack it to Nasty End, a legend, and another legend. So that's going to lean me towards taking Nasty End here. Okay. I don't mind Cirith Ungol Patrol. I kind of want one of these in a lot of my decks, but Goblin Fire Leaper seems like a much better pick here. It's a good sack card. By itself, it often will trade at least a 1-for-1, often a 2-for-1. Works nicely with Nasty End. You get it off the board when you want to. And just an overall good card. Ologhai Crusher, I think, is kind of weak. Shelob's Ambush isn't bad, but I just don't usually have room for it. It just turns out, especially in Black Red, there's so much good removal, you're not going to cut a removal spell for it. Okay, I don't mind one Haunt of the Dead Marshes, and now that I have this plus Goblin Fire Leaper, I feel pretty good on like sack fodder, and I do have 1 sacrifice card and wouldn't mind finding more. Relentless Rohirrim, I think, can be good, but I think not a high priority. Cards that are like average that cost 4 more mana, you should basically never worry too much about picking up. You just can always get expensive, mediocre cards. So not a big problem. Oh, nice. Now I get an improvised club, so worked out perfectly. There's also an inherited envelope, which kind of grown on me, but this deck's not looking like it's going to want to splash. And having such a good setup here, look, I've got improvised club and nasty end, two good sacrifice cards. Haunt and Fire Leaper to sacrifice, plus I'm going to get more amass cards. And then I have a couple ways to get tempted. Yeah, this is all working really, really nicely. I think I just pass all the banned cards here, take cast into the fire, even though I'm not going to play it. I don't see myself playing any of the cards really under any of the circumstances, given my start. So I might as well just pass all those and maybe further cement the person to my left into their decision to draft Bant. I hope that's what they're drafting. Oh, Mordor Trebuchet Wield. As always, cracking open a cold sparkling water. Great as a sack card, good with goblins and orcs. You can attack with a goblin or orc, make a 2/1, then sack the 2/1 after combat or end of combat. Prince Imrahil and Shire Sheriff Wield, so the person to our left should hopefully read those signals. I don't think I'm going to play 2 Haunts, but Morgold Knife Wound is not a priority. I'll take Shire Terrace. I'm probably not going to play it. I don't think you should play Shire Terrace in 2-color decks, but could help me splash. All right. I saw a red rare and I got excited for a second, but it's Display of Power. Fun card. Maybe I'll try to do something with it at some point, but you really shouldn't go out of your way to attempt this. It's not a good idea. It just costs too much to put 2 spells on the stack and then play this. Though it does copy your opponent's spells, so if you have an instant plus this, you could wait for them to play a spell. So Grishnok is pretty good. 3 mana 1/1, it amasses, then you steal a non-legendary creature, which is a pretty big restriction. There's a lot of good legendary creatures, plus, ring bearers in the set. But what this does is it's relatively cheap in a way to steal something plus make an army. So it's a 3 mana 1/1 plus a 2/2 plus potentially a threaten. And I've got 2 sacrifice cards already. And it works nicely with Mahur. It makes a 3/3 army instead. I think it's going to be better than Claim the Precious. And I would like to at least try. I don't know. I'm not certain about that. Pretty disappointing second pick here. I think I'm just going to take Easterling Vanguard. Just 2 mana 2/1 dies into a mass 1. It's a fine card. Don't need another Haunt. I already have one I'm not playing. And Breaking of the Fellowship, not really been impressed by that card. That kind of card always just ends up being kind of bad. I don't know. But here, we're definitely high on sack fodder. We wouldn't mind another way to sacrifice something. And of course, I could use more removal as always. How many ways do we have to make orcs right now? We have a couple. Okay. Probably just going to take Torment of Golem. I like this card. It's just good. 4 mana 2/2 that makes them discard a card. Has synergy with Amass. Cards like Mahur. Good with the Trebuchet. Gives me something to sack. And the format's not blazing fast. So getting to strip their best card out of their hand is often very good. I do like Gandalf's Sanction as well, but obviously that's not what we're doing right now. Ooh, Book of Mazar Bul. Amass Orcs 1, then Amass Orcs 2, then give your whole squad +1/+1 menace. Imagine if you have Mahur out, then it's Amass 2, Amass 3. Or if you sack in between the chapters, that's also nice. Maybe Wield the Trebuchet, though this pack is not quite good enough for that. I still think I'll just take Book of Mazar Bul. Kind of unhappily take another Easterling Vanguard. I again don't really want quite this many dorks. I could use some more ways to sacrifice, but no, here it is. Here's another Nasty End. There's also the Patrol. Maybe now is when I take the Patrol, actually. I really like Nasty End, but I don't have a lot of legendaries because I still only have Claim and Nazgul as ways to get tempted. This doesn't tempt, right? A lot of random things just kind of tempt, but that one does not. Nasty End is so good, though. All right, I'm going to take Nasty End. I don't know. That is close. All right, now I'll still take Improvised Club. I have a lot of sack fodder. Rally at the Hornburg also can be good if you need more sacrifice fodder, but that's not what this deck needs. Ooh, Fiery Inscription. What are we at? We're at 7 spells right now. It's that or Swarming of Moria. Swarming of Moria is a pretty good card. One thing I like about Fiery Inscription, though, is I have 2 Nasty Ends, and it's another way to get a legendary in. I think I'm going to take the Inscription here. Also, I find these decks end up with lots of spells in them. Display of Power with double Improvised Club. Unless... no, I'm going to take Sam's Desperate Rescue, I think. It's good to get back Grishna. I think that's pretty sick with all the sacrifice things. It tempts you, which is nice with the nasty ends. I also have a Fire Leaper and a Mahur, so I have some good quality cards to get back. I feel like I would play one. Guess I'll just cut the red card. I don't really see a reason to do otherwise. Oh, plus Sam's Desperate Rescue is another spell for that Fiery Inscription. Okay. See if I regret taking the second nasty end over the first Sirathun Gold Patrol. I think if I had that choice again, like if I get presented a third nasty end, then I would take the patrol. But I just like cheap sack outlets with this. I get patrol only costs 1 mana to use, so it's also good with Grishnak, but I don't know. This is potentially 2 mana draw 3. That's just a really powerful card. If I get that other Mordor Trebuchet back, then we're talking. At that point, I guess I wish I would have had Swarming of Moria instead of Fiery Inscription, but kind of like Fiery Inscription, especially when you're drawing a lot of cards. You're breaking my heart, Gandalf. All right, I'm just going to take the Gandalf Sanction anyway. Take the red card. I mean, we're at 19 playables going into pack 3. How many ways to tempt do I have? I have 1. I guess technically 2 now. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4's not bad. All right. Black or red rare? Mount Doom. Pay a life to add a black or red. Pay 3 and tap it to ping your opponent. Pay 7, tap and sack a legendary artifact. I do have a way to make a legendary artifact, I have to tell you. I've got Mordor Trebuchet. If I tempt this by the ring, I have a legendary artifact. I still think I should probably just take one of these 4 sack cards. How many orcs and goblins do I have? I have 1 orc, 2 goblins. That's 3 plus 4, 5, 6. I don't have enough to go nuts. I think I'm just going to take the Goblin Fire Leaper here. I think that card is quite strong. Oh, Foray of Orcs is amazing. Definitely taking that. Easy pickup. Maybe I'll wheel Mount Doom. Probably still not going to want to play it. Oh, second Fiery Inscription. What are we at? We're at 9 spells. It's not quite enough. I do have some like medium spells I could play, but I don't really want to do that. But what's my option? I could take Battle-Scarred Goblin. Am I going to want to play that card? I don't think it's better than Easterling Vanguard. So no, I'll just take the Fiery Inscription. Maybe if I randomly pick up a ton of spells here. Okay, so like here I might just take Mordor Muster. I think I want that more than Nasty End here. And if I can replace these Easterling Vanguards with Mordor Musters, maybe the Fiery Inscriptions do the thing I want. Could see that. So going back to Mount Doom for a second, part of my issue is a land that always costs you life to use is just not a very good card. It's just, there's some matchups where if you draw that as one of your first 3 or 4 lands, it ends up costing you like 2 to 4 life, maybe more, and that's a huge liability. A third Fiery Inscription, huh? I don't think that's going to be good. I also don't think Mirkwood Bats is good here. I have 10 spells? I could take Uruk-hai Berserker. Yeah, I'll take the Inscription over the Berserker. Let's just see. Okay, look, Mordor Muster, the fact that it draws me a card makes it a lot better than Swarming. Maybe we can get there. Gandalf the Grey, tempting me once again. How is there a 7th pick Gandalf? I guess just with the Gandalf Sanction, no one's taking this. I can't take Gandalf here. No. Do I want to play Rohirrim Lancer? Let's just take Gandalf, whatever. I'm not going to play Rohirrim Lancer anyway, so. Okay, another Sam's Desperate Rescue or an Oliphant. So, Sam's Desperate Rescue with Fiery Inscription is kind of nice. I think I will do that over Oliphant here. And then there's a Trebuchet. Oh, there's another Improvised Club. I like Torment of Gollum, but with 3 Fire Inscriptions and 3 Improvised Clubs, it feels like I just burn my opponent out. All right, Wizard's Rockets isn't crazy to consider. Sure, we got a Battle-Scarred Goblin for free. Orcish Medicine. Amass Orcs 1, Lifelink and Indestructible. Let's see, we can take out the Easterling Vanguards, take out the Haunt. I'm trying to see if we can really get there on these inscriptions. Because right now we have 14 spells. Oh, that's actually plenty, but that involves Orcish Medicine. Let's say we can't play that one. Do we have enough sack cards? We have 2 Musters, 2 Fire Leapers. Now, I'm going to have to play a cheap creature to sacrifice. It's possible that I can't play Sam's Desperate Rescue. I think I can get down to 16 lands here. My curve is actually pretty low. I've got 4 cards that cost 4 and everything else costs less. Mount Doom didn't wheel, by the way. All right, let's go to deck building here. Let's see what we got. So this is 41, but I think I can actually go down to 16 lands because I have double Muster, double Nasty End to draw extra cards. I do think I need to cut something to play at least 1 Easterling Vanguard. Maybe Haunt is actually better. So the reason I might like Haunt is I have, let's say, without figuring out what we're cutting, 2, 3, 4, 7 ways to get tempted by the ring, which means that we're going to have a legendary creature a lot, which means this can get brought back a fair amount. On the other hand, Easterling Vanguard is very reliably good. It's a 2-mana 2/1 that provides 2 bodies to sacrifice to my 5 cheap sacrifice cards. It also works a little better with Mordor Trebuchet because it eventually does make an amass, which also works with Mahur. I don't have a lot of creatures, but that doesn't really matter because I have, what, 3... How many amass? 3, 4, 5 amass cards to go with this Grand. Yeah, that means I can't play 2 Desperate Rescues for sure, and I have to play at least 1 Easterling Vanguard. Is this other Desperate Rescue bad? I have 7 creatures. How many are good to bring back? It's pretty good to bring back Nazgul. It's pretty good to bring back Grishnak. It's okay to bring back Trebuchet. It's just okay to bring back the Vanguards. It's pretty good to bring back Fire Leaper or Mahur. So this is 16 land and 12 spells. Here's a painful cut. Maybe we cut a Fiery Inscription to put back a spell. Because drawing 2 of these and not drawing enough spells is pretty bad. Or 3. But if we were to put back a spell, what would we put back? I guess we could put in Orcish Medicine. Would it be crazy to consider Orcish Medicine over Easterling Vanguard? Probably. There's also the consideration to cutting the Trebuchet. How many Orcs and Goblins do I have? Let's say 1, 2, 3. These 2 counting is pretty nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's too many for Trebuchet to be cut. Book of Mazarbul. No, that's got to be good. Getting to amass, and then you can sack in between seems pretty strong. I'm wondering if we either cut a Fiery Inscription, Easterling Vanguard, or Sam's Desperate Rescue for another land. Or not another land, sorry. For an Orcish Medicine. Giving Fire Leaper lifelink is kind of nice. Could definitely see that doing something. I've got to cut the Desperate Rescue probably. I don't have enough good creatures to really make that worth it. And I think that means I got to put in Orcish Medicine. And this is 12 spells. Plus some good ways to draw cards. All right, let's try this. I think this could be pretty good. All right, time for round 1. Opponent goes first. Okay, don't mind this hand. Could go for a 2-drop. Just so I have something to play early. But we got some good action here. What's my plays going to look like? Because it kind of depends on what they do. Probably Nazgul turn 3 is going to be good. They didn't play a land. Yeah, well, because then if I go Nazgul, if they don't have Smite the Deathless, which they clearly didn't, then I can go Nazgul into Fiery Inscription and get a loot in. Oh yeah. Or now I can just go Foray of Orcs. kill your 4/2. They get tempted. They go to level 1. Attack, and then next turn, I mean, they missed, their third land drop. Turn 4 played a creature. I played a Flame Tongue, and then now I'm just going to kill their creatures and kill them probably. Well, I could actually play Grond first. So let's take a turn off to play Grond. It is Grande. And then hit with the Nazgul because it has Death Touch. And then next turn, especially if I draw a land, I can go Inscription plus one of these spells. Or I could just cast Claim the Precious. That would also be good. Plus it grows the Nazgul too. Okay. What are they hitting me for? 5 here? Sure. Oh. Okay. Mahur is good. I guess I'm not doing anything with it right now. Let's see. Don't care too much about killing the Grishnak. Don't want to kill their army. If I don't kill their army, I can't attack with the Orc. So I guess so. Let's kill that. Let's make the Orc a ring bearer. Attack. Get to loot. I could discard a nasty end here. Yeah, they're just super dead here. I have 6 points of burn in my hand, even if they kill every creature I have in play. All right. Well, I mean, their draw wasn't the best. They played a 3-drop every turn for a few turns. That's not the most exciting, especially since they started a turn late even. But our draw was decent. Okay. Just go Fiery Inscription. Yeah. They were dead even without that, I think. Like, I could just attack with my creatures and that would be really good, so. Alright. Round 2 time. Triple Fiery Inscription might be pushing it. It occurs to me. But what if you get 2 in play and then you start casting Improvised Clubs and they just die? 16 damage off 2 Improvised Clubs if you have 2 Inscriptions in play. Oh, this hand's good too. If I can find a 3-drop, this hand becomes excellent. Just I have a good 2 and some good 4s. Pew. The Wizard's Rockets. They're going to sack this now. Cash it in. Cash it in for 0, sure. No plays. All right, that's another 4-drop, but at least it's a good one. What is my optimal turn 3 here? Fiery Inscription. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, there are lots of colors. Obs on lands. Oh. All right, I asked for it. Let's see if it's actually good. All right, I got a Ring Bearer. They have 3 different lands plus an Inherited Envelope, and they played a Wizard's Rocket, so I'm expecting big things out of them, and a Great Hall of the Citadel. They got to have a lot. All right, let's go Torment here. What are they working with? All right. I guess they kept Wizard's Rockets, Claim, Envelope, and lands, and they've drawn all lands so far. Sure. Why not? Bill the Pony. Yeah, you're dead, I'm afraid. 4 of Orcs. Take 2, then take 6. And they do have some food they can sacrifice, but that is not going to save them. I mean, I guess if they just play some ridiculous legends every turn, maybe that's something. Oh, there's a legend that gets you some food. Oh. Aren't they just... Oh, I guess they're not just dead. They have to chump to not die. Discard a land. They don't even know they have to chump. All right. Improvised Club. Going out to the club here, and they take 8 damage off this Improvised Club, and that... All right, all right. Didn't mind that. I mean, how good were the Fiery Inscriptions? I guess one did 4 damage and the other did 2 damage. But you don't need to do that much damage for the card to be worth it, given that it also tempts you, and which can add up nicely, or make something legendary for Nasty End. So, I don't know. We'll see. Get a little bit more experience here. Then maybe we're going to end up cutting on a Fiery Inscription for like another creature. But for the time being, I'm okay. Okay. I'm good with this hand. I do need to draw a Swamp, but if I do, then Fire Leaper into Nazgul into Fiery Inscription into like Foray of Orcs is just a great curve. Well, a double black card isn't really what I was hoping to draw. Alright. Oh, it's going to be a Fiery Inscription battle, huh? Alright. Land. Yeah, probably going to lose now. I mean, the blue-red deck played 2 good setup cards for blue-red, right? This taps for mana of any color to cast spells. And this obviously shocks me every time. So they main phase that because they wanted to hit a land drop, and they did. Then they're going to rally, hit me for 2 more, hit me for 3 more. Okay. Life's too short to play out the games where you just... I kept a 2-lander on the draw and didn't draw land. That is a thing you're supposed to do, and sometimes that'll happen. Can't say I put up much of a fight there, but here's what it is. Also, I mean, if I drew like Swamp Mountain, maybe I had like a small chance because I could cast more spells, but even then it would be pretty tough. As it turns out, it wasn't very close. All right. 2-1. Let's see if we can keep this going. Opponent goes first. Well, this is the kind of 2-lander I can get behind. Mahur into Mordor Muster, Easterling Vanguard with 2 sack cards. It's pretty strong. Would have been nice to be on the play for this one. This hand's a nice curve-out hand. Okay, and we drew a land immediately, so we're already leagues ahead of where we were last game. Westfold Rider. All right. Let's go Easterling Vanguard. I could play Mahur there, but then I'm just going to take 3 and play one of these next turn, so it doesn't really seem like that accomplishes too much. Dunlin Crebain, sure. All right, land. Do I pass muster now? Yeah, I'm going to play this. I'm going to hope they don't have removal for it, because now when this dies, it makes a 2-2, which is even better. And then next turn, I can cast Mordor Muster. Oh. Block. Are they going to kill my Mahur or something here? Oh, second Breakfast. Okay, that didn't save their creature. I'm really glad I blocked that one instead of that one. Oh, Nazgul, huh? No, let's cast Mordor Muster here. Would have liked to draw land. I'm just going to attack for 6. I could leave the 4/4 back, but I don't want to leave 4 back to save 2. They also missed their land drop last turn. So now that we know they have 4 spells in hand, but oh, okay, that's a sign of weakness. They're playing a Westfold Rider. Interesting. And I drew a land. Okay. So I guess I'm not attacking with Mahur, but I will attack with my Orc. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. This is going to work out totally well for me. They get to block, presumably. Then I've got Orcish Medicine and give this lifelink. And now it's a 6/6 lifelinker, and I kill that and gain 6. All right, works for me. Now for things really to fall into place, they have to try to kill my Mahur so I can sack it to Nasty End. Make that indestructible. Sure. don't think I'm supposed to improvise club it in response. That seems excessive. So, all right, let's take one. I can't attack with my 6/6 now, but I can attack with my Mahur. Let's go land. I don't think I care about killing that. Let's play Nazgul. Yeah. And I'll make it the ring bearer. And attack with my menace creature and pass. So now they get to put back another Westfold Rider. Play a Mirkwood Bats. Okay. I'm not really using my mana that efficiently here, but I think that's okay. So they have Indestructible. They can't block the Nazgul currently. Let's go. Oh, if I claim the Precious, they can. They then can block the Nazgul. So I guess I don't attack with it. This is Death Touch, so I guess I can attack with this for 2. And then cast my stuff after. Yeah, that's probably fine. So they're going to get Lifelink next turn. And then now, I don't want a Foray of Orcs this turn, I don't think. I'm going to claim the Precious, I guess, on the Mirkwood Bats. And then I'll still make the Nazgul the ring bearer. And I'm actually going to leave the land in hand. I'm at level 2 of the ring, so I do get to loot. So, and I don't think I'll need 7 mana next turn. I could use 6 for this plus this, but 7 seems unnecessary. Okay, yeah, they're not doing anything all that good here. They have some 3/1s. I have a 6/6, but I could make it a 9/9 and crunch Westfold Rider. Yeah, I guess so. Kill a Westfold Rider, or try to. Maybe they have another slip on the ring or something. No. Attack, loot, discard a land anyway. I don't mind attacking Mahur. It's 2/2 menace now. It's not really getting that much value, and they have to like chump. And if they want to double block this, they kill both their creatures or do this. Sure. Feels like they have something here. Nasty End to draw 3. Okay. Guess that's acceptable. The ring tempts you. All right. I could have played Improvised Club to save the Nazgul, but I have to sack this, so I'm trading Club and this for a Nazgul. That doesn't seem good. Especially since I want to sack this to Nasty End, probably. The way they get out of this is removal, which makes this a really good hand. I actually think I'm in a very good position. Like I would say commanding. Because if they play creatures, they just have to chump my 9/9. Not going to win that way. If they kill the 9/9, I sack it to draw 2 cards, and then I've got a bunch of cards and 3 spells plus I'm drawing 2 from the Nasty End, 1 for my turn. It's got to get me to a good place. Also, at some point, I could Nasty End sacking Mahur to draw 3. If I draw Fiery Inscription, that could also work out pretty nicely. They have a lot of cards in hand. Presumably, they're going to do something this turn. I guess they don't have an easy decision? Is that what's going on? Oh. Okay. I think I was going to win, so I expected it to take another turn or two. I thought they might play a card, but if they didn't draw a removal spell and their play that turn was to like play a creature, chump, and take 2 from Mahur, yeah, you could just move on to the next game. Doesn't seem like a game they're very likely to win. All right, a little 3-1 start, and so far haven't gotten burned by the Fiery Inscriptions. My opponents have, though. I like it, the nice little Gandalf quote here. Okay. Let's see what we got here. All right. This is a hand. I'm on the draw. Hope to not play against aggro with this hand, I suppose. Ooh, Book of Mazarbul is a fantastic draw. Okay, so we will kick things off with that. Okay, Mushroom Watchdogs is a good card. I would have hoped not to see that on turn 2. I really just didn't want them to play any turn 2 cards, so hopefully they don't have too good of a curve. Oh, into Boromir? Yeah, I guess I'm just going to kill this now. I don't really think... and they get to even sack it to get tempted. And I don't even get tempted there. I just think that playing an Amass 1 is just not a good play into that, so... Okay, what I might want to do here... All right, take the foot off the brakes a little bit. Okay, that's a totally fine play. Okay. They played a bunch of 2/2s. I guess that's fine. Let's play Book of Mazarbul, Amass 1. I'm going to stop on my first main because there's a pretty good chance I'm going to want to improvised club in response to the Amass trigger here. Okay. Yeah, so let's go sack this. Hope they don't have a way to save it, I guess. I mean, they are down to only 2 cards in hand, and they have 3 2/2s in play. Make that 2. Now I get to Amass. And then I get to play a land and a Trebuchet. Now the board is actually clear. And now finally these Fiery Inscriptions can start paying off. They have something. They have a land cycler. They're just deciding. I mean, on 5 mana, you probably don't land cycle unless your hand is 2 6-mana cards or something. Ooh, I get to like make their cards light up. Oh, what's going on? Come on, opponent. Can't be that hard of a decision given the circumstances, but again, people just answer a phone call or something. That's usually what happens. All right, well. My theory is they're going to maybe not land cycle, then next turn they're going to, if they hit their 6th land, to play either Generous Ent or Eagles of the North. Unless they have a fight spell, maybe they're going to use Shire Sheriff. Oh, Stew the Conies. Oh, Hobbit Sting. Sure, same thing. And they still have priority. Oh, Lost to Legend. Okay, if they don't draw a creature this turn... Oh, that's not a creature. All right. They make a food. They attack me for 4 down to 6, and now Fiery Inscription is really costing me because it's 2 cards in hand that are not doing anything. Okay. Spell. I'm just gonna do that because I think I want to keep this in hand to make the ring tempt. I'm in a lot of trouble here. They need to whiff this turn, and I need to draw something. And then I guess I can block and sack to club something, but okay, they did whiff. If I draw like one of the things that counts as 2 things, like imagine if I draw the Goblin Fire Starter or whatever. Mordor Muster is actually pretty strong. Yeah, I guess I go to 1 here. Oh, into Orcish Medicine. Oh, wow, that was actually really good. So I lost 4 damage by not playing this Fiery Inscription earlier. But on the other hand, making something the Ring Bearer could be really good. Okay, if they have something, that's not great for me. I guess I'm still not dead because of Improvised Club, but I would like for them not to have anything here. I guess I'm going to do Lifelink. If they have something, they have something. All right, I remain at 1. Mushroom Watchdogs, huh? Okay. We're once again back to basically square 0 here because I can block and then Improvised Club. And really need them not to draw anything. Oh my god. Well, the Fiery Inscriptions, I did say I was going to have them in the deck for now, but they, I mean, this was the kind of game where it cost me, right? Like, I played against an aggro deck, ended up trading off a bunch of cards, and I had 2 Fiery Inscriptions instead of just random, like, 2/2s. Don't sack another food. Oh, okay. Not that this gives me much of a chance, honestly. What can I draw here that will save me? I needed to draw Grishnok earlier to steal their thing and sack it to throw out their other thing. Because now I'm at 1 facing down 2 creatures. Actually, do I even have anything that saves me here? I guess Foray of Orcs. Torment of Golem does not. Okay. So that kind of confirms what I thought, which was the 3rd Fiery Inscription's probably pushing it. All right, so let's dial it back a little bit. Look, sometimes. And then I think I just put in Easterling Vanguard, or perhaps Haunt of the Dead Marshes. Actually, I kind of like Haunt. Let's try that one. Like, if I had drawn Haunt that game, that would have... I guess I wouldn't have traded for anything too early, but I guess it would have given me something to use Improvised Club on, and I would have probably been in a position to bring it back at least like one of the turns. Not sure, though. The turn where their last 2 cards were both removal spells wasn't great for me. I thought I was actually doing fine until then. Opponent goes first. Sure. His hand is good. I have Trebuchet into Foray, or maybe Fiery Inscription, not sure. Erebor Flamesmith, interesting. Oh, I guess I'm going to play the book. The good book here. Okay, what's their 3? Urukai Berserker. Oh, that would have been so good a turn earlier. Let's just go Trebuchet, actually. The Urukai Berserker has changed my mind, because now Trebuchet can block the Berserker and keeps the Flamesmith back. Obviously, they could just kill the Trebuchet attack, but also Foray of Orcs now can just get played and kill the Berserker. Why is this Flamesmith coming in? What's going on with that? All right, I mean, sure, if they've got Shelob's thing. Oh, Golem's Bite. All right, well, it's actually much better to have that happen now than have this Foray of Orcs not work. And then now I can trade off for the other Urukai Berserker, hopefully, here. They're down to 2 cards in hand, so... Oh my god, please don't have your last card be a removal spell. I'm going to take a lot of damage if that's the case. Oh, nothing, and they didn't attack? Wow, that really makes me want to torment them. But then that's awkward because they get to Golem's Bite. Huh. But I guess if they Golem's Bite, they get to flash this back. This becomes a thing. No, let's just do this. Oh, is it Improvised Club? Oh, it's Nasty End. Okay. Sack that one. Wow. All right. No, they... All right, sure. That's... man, they're going to play a spell this turn. How disgusting. They didn't draw a single spell. I guess I'd rather them draw 2 land than 2 spells, but couldn't they have just drawn 1 land and 1 spell, which is like the most likely outcome? Okay, so one of those gets to get in now. I go to 10. They also get to loot. Which is why it's so gross that I couldn't take a card with Torment, because they're looting now, so now they're going to get to make plays. And then, oh, that that doesn't matter. Decline. Because now I get to go, let's see, Mahur to the book. Play a land, pass. Okay. Man, this has been a rough game. I just feel like a lot of things have just kind of gone wrong, including missing on Torment. Then they're just playing two spells. Yeah, just immediately playing two spells, like 3 spells over the next 2 turns or whatever. Okay. I guess I just play Grand. And I'm going to take 3 this turn. All right, well, these Fiery Inscriptions have been awful. Oh, why is this Orc attacking? Don't like that. I'm going to crew. I feel like crewing is probably better. Since if I'm going to lose, if I lose 1 creature, I'd rather it be the Grand. Yeah. I can claim that. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what I do. Sure. Fiery Inscription wasn't great this game, but honestly, this one I can't blame on Fiery Inscription. I had spells to play every single turn. It's not like I ended up not having enough to do there, but this one I'm going to blame on them. Their sequences of land and spells coming up perfect. I'm going to attack with this because I get to loot. Oh, okay. That actually goes a long way. Okay. I need them to miss just a few more times here. Yeah. Why do I even ask for such things? All right. Can I draw Improvised Club? Come on. Improvised Club. I guess it doesn't really change anything to kill that. All right. Now any spell I draw. Any spell. Come on. What a frustrating game. Well, there you have it. I did like this deck. I do think I played 1 too many Fiery Inscriptions, but I think playing the 2 was actually fine. And I think I lost a game to not playing a 3rd land. I lost a game to drawing too many Fiery Inscriptions, totally fine. The way I lost that last game was the sequence had to be so unbelievably bad for me where they don't draw a land so my Torment misses, or they don't draw a spell so my Torment misses, then they loot into 3 spells in a row. And then I draw the lifelink, so I'm actually kind of in it, and then they draw haste 2/2s that counts as a spell, so it just hits me for 4 out of nowhere, and then I miss a spell on the last turn. So it was a lot that had to go wrong, but were I to run this back, I would probably, play the Haunt over to 3rd Fiery Inscription. Maybe you want to cut the 2 Fiery Inscriptions for another Vanguard, but I don't know. I think having the ring tempt you with double Nasty End is just not a bad thing, and in the Nazgul as well. And also getting to 2 on the Torment or on ring tempting is not bad. So there we have it. Kind of disappointing 3-3, but yeah, it was instructive, and we had some good games in there as well. Plus, now you get video evidence of just how unbelievably unlucky I am. I don't actually think I'm that unlucky overall, but sometimes you end up on the short end of the ring, as it were. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me. There'll be another new video tomorrow, and maybe next time we get to 7 wins. Until then, see you next time. And if you like the channel, come on back. We got lots of sweet videos for you.